Hello classmates, you're looking mighty fine today. In class we already did the hatch and we attached the hinges on top of it. Today we're going to be assembling that and a couple of other things. First of all, we're going to start off by sketching on the right plane, circle in the middle, diameter is 0.5. We're going to stretch that by 4 inches. And then at the end of it, we're going to reference geometry, plane. We're going to create a plane off of that end. We're going to space it by 0.25 inches, get normal 2. Sketch on this plane, create another circle, then smart dimension this by 1 inch. The instructions didn't tell us how thick this top was going to be, so I'm just going to make it by 0.25 inches. There you go, we have our pin. Right now we're going to create a different part. This is going to be the frame. Center rectangle on the front plane. Start from the front, start dimension it 25 inches on both sides. We're going to extrude this by 4 inches, normal 2, create another rectangle. This is going to be 14 inches on both sides, and extrude cut through all on both. Check mark, and good. Make sure to save this as well. We're going to create an assembly. Alright, from here, insert components. We're going to look for that frame. Select the frame and hit the check mark. It's gonna automatically center it. Now we're going to insert components and find the hatch with the hinges on it. This time I'm not gonna hit that check mark. I'm gonna instead just left click on the workspace, and I'm going to move this kind of close to the center. I'm gonna move the perspective so we're looking at the side and use our right click to turn it around like that. Now we're gonna hit mate, and over here we see these little arrows. We're gonna drop down those arrows and click we click both right planes for the hatch and the frame. We want to make sure that the mate type is coincident and hit that OK button. Now we're going to insert the hinges. Make sure this hinge is in front of the frame, and we want to orient it like this. There you go. So these cylinders are pointing downwards. Now we want to select the bottom of that hinge and control left click the front of the frame, mate, hit the check mark. Now we want to look at this left cylinder. We want to hit the right side of it, and we want to look at this cylinder right here and hit the left of it. Hit the check mark. Now we want to select the cylinders on the outside, check mark. Lastly, we're going to hit the top of this hinge right here and the top of this frame right here. Except we're going to click this button and put 2 in there. We're going to do the exact same thing with another hinge. Left click, turn it that way, and turn it that way. Make sure it's in front of the frame. Select the bottom, control left click the front, mate, check mark. Look at the left cylinder, click the right side of it, look at the left cylinder here, and click the left of it. Check mark, hit both cylinders, there you go. Now we're going to insert the pins, 1 here and 1 there. Hit mate, select the cylinder and select that cylinder. It'll automatically insert itself, hit the check mark. Now we want to hit the bottom of the head of the pin and the right side of the right cylinder. There you go, lovely. Same thing here, cylinder, cylinder, check mark. Bottom of the pin head and right side of the cylinder. Perfect. Last but not least, we want to normal 2. We want to make sure that the top of the frame is selected and hit sketch. Now we're sketching on the surface of this frame. We want to place points in these circles. Be very careful. Now we exit the sketch, assembly features, whole wizard. And just like last time, we want to have this top right selected, size 7/64 and blind 0.75 inches. Position, 3D sketch, and carefully select all of these points that you just sketched earlier. There you go. Hit the check mark and it should be done. Don't forget that you have to make a drawing for every single piece, for the hatch with the hinges, for the pin, for the hinge. I don't know why, but my drawing's not loading, but if you think it's good enough, it's probably good enough. But yeah, pretty short and sweet. If you have any questions, that's my @. Have a good night, take a shower. I will see you guys later.